Hi, welcome back to Global Environment. Last time we were together, we were talking about Easter Island, and maybe that is a good analogy for our environmental future. And we're going to talk more about that. And again, Easter Island, an advanced civilization sprang up, and then something really bad seems to have happened. So let's see if we can analyze this in a different way. So if we look at the slide here, what we have is called a systems diagram. And a systems diagram is a way to break down environmental problems and challenges and look at them both together and the components individually. And this is a systems diagram of the system of Easter Island. And what do you see here? This shows what has occurred on the island. So if we look at it, humans come to this island, and right off the bat, they start clearing land for agriculture and firewood. Now, what did that lead to? More humans and more agriculture that's needed. So forest land is starting to disappear. What was also interesting on this island is that the Polynesians brought rats with them. And these rats were an invasive. They got loose on the island. They started eating palm nuts. And because of forest clearance and the eating of these palm nuts, you see that deforestation continues and there's no regeneration. So now we're starting to understand, where did the trees go to? Now, with more and more people and less trees, you get more and more soil erosion. And that contributed to some of the problems with starvation and the lack of crops. Also, with the signs of warfare, you have crop destruction, you have population decline. We're really starting to see what were the major problems that were occurring on this island. Now, these people were also using seabirds and porpoises as food resources. With the lack of wood, this started to disappear as well. So really what we have here is a lot of feedbacks that led to the collapse of this civilization. And if we look at this in a timeline type format, Polynesia, here's time down here. Polynesians probably got to the island around 400 AD, might have been a little later. And what happens? Population starts to rise, and to do that, they start clearing land. So forest resources start to decline. This leads to soil erosion. So then less crops, more clearance of land. Population rises, and gets up to about 10,000 people on this little island. And eventually, because of all these feedbacks and warfare and starvation, population rapidly declines. It's overshoot and collapse. So very scary scenario here. Now, why is this important? In 1972, there was a group called the Club of Rome, and it was a group of business leaders, scientists, politicians. People were generally concerned about the environment. And they got together and they said, well, how can we look at the environment? How can we look at our environmental future? Now, they came up with a solution of building a computer model of the entire Earth. And from that, they published the results in Limits to Growth. Now, what were the results of this? Here's a very simplified overview of the results from that computer model. Again, for the whole Earth. What did they see? Again, you can see a timeline here. They ran it in 1972. We're in here someplace, and it goes out to about 2100. Well, you see population rising, and at the same time, natural resources declining. Also, pollution rising. And what their model showed was, because of pollution and the decline of natural resources, sometime during this century, they saw overshoot and collapse. Now, how does this look familiar? Think about it. We just saw the exact same thing on Easter Island. So we have two independent experiments that suggest that we have to be concerned about the future. All right, so again, are we Easter Island? That's hard to know. There are similarities, there are differences, but we have to be concerned. Now, here's Easter Island as a case study. We're going to talk about a few more case studies and then really come back to the question, is this our future? What happens with societies? Is collapse inevitable? Should we be concerned? So see you next time.